Welcome back, everyone. I am your host, as ever, Purple Midnight 8. Joined once more by Morgan. He is back for another one.
Whoop.
That's it. One whoop. That's all you get.
Yeah.
That's all you people are worth.
That's all you lot deserve.
That's all you deserve is one little whoop.
Yeah. I
He's
did do
back.
two, but obviously didn't pick up the first.
He picked up just the first one, and that is fine, which makes it even better. We are back.
They don't
We
deserve
bring you Hot Fuzz this week, the second of the Cornetto trilogy, and by far the best.
By far the best.
Like, without a doubt. Like, come on. If you think Shaun of the Dead's the better one, fair. If you think The World's End is the better one, you can get the fuck out. Excuse me. Yeah, Hot Fuzz, we are back. Morgan is back. This is good.
I'm back.
He is back.
I'll disappear.
You said it last time.
This one.
Yeah, you'll fuck off for another year. When now we've got The World's End to do, yeah. And a bunch of other films.
I'll disappear after that one.
Yeah. Once you've done the Cornetto trilogy, you vanish.
Yeah.
So as mentioned, this is, of course, our favourite of the three. Definitely the order is this one, Shaun of the Dead, which we covered a few weeks ago, and then The World's End at the end. Not saying The World's End is bad, it's just the least good of the three.
Very agree.
So we pretty much, you can find that somewhere. It's on the channel. Find it. You can find Shaun of the Dead. And all our thoughts on that.
Go watch that one before this one.
You don't have to, but you're welcome to.
Maybe.
You don't. It's not like they're connected. I mean, it's got like a lot of the same cast in it, which is pretty typical of Edgar Wright with these films. So it's just a lot of like callbacks, being like, "Oh yeah, he was in Shaun of the Dead. She was in Shaun of the Dead," like just shit like that. So there's going to be a lot of quoting. I didn't want to share it too much in the actual review itself, so expect a lot of Morgan just reciting the film off by heart, essentially.
I know most of these quotes, and I'm proud of it.
It's iconic, that's why. So, as mentioned, we will get into it now. It is directed by Edgar Wright. The second of the Cornetto trilogy, as mentioned. I don't know why I'm saying it again. Of course, we just saw him in Hot Fuzz. We just saw him in Hot Fuzz. Yeah, we're here. We just saw him in Shaun of the Dead. But also, it's written by him and Simon Pegg, who was also in Shaun of the Dead and is in this. There's going to be a lot of repeating, and he's in this. So, we'll get to that. So, Nicholas Angel, of course, played by Simon Pegg. Sergeant
Nicholas Angel.
Sergeant? More than Sergeant. I will call him Angel throughout because I can't be asked to keep saying the name Nicholas. Because everyone calls him Angel. It's just easy. Or Angle.
Or an angle.
Or an Angle.
Or an angle.
So, of course, Sergeant Nicholas Angel, is an expert police officer who was recently stabbed through the hand by Santa Claus. Peter Jackson, of course, if you didn't know. An uncredited little cameo here. Director of The Lord of the Rings and I think The Hobbit as well. Don't quote me on that. Very random that he's in this because he's just dressed in like a full Santa costume.
Yeah, but funny bit.
It's funny to know about, and it's a good little like joke for the first like few scenes. He is called into a meeting with his own sergeant. He's not a sergeant right now, I should say.
No, he's not here.
Played by Martin Freeman. We saw very briefly in Shaun of the Dead. Forgot to mention he's fucking Bilbo Baggins. Just didn't mention that in Shaun of the Dead, I don't think.
I swear we did. I swear we said The Hobbit.
We might have done. We might not. Of course, so that now has two people from The Hobbit. Peter Jackson and Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
He's told he's getting a promotion and moved to Gloucester. Of course, that he told someone he wants to move to the countryside when he's older. So furious, Angel escalates it to the inspector, played by Steve Coogan, best known as probably Alan Partridge.
Hello, Nicholas. How's the hand?
Hello, Nicholas. How's the hand? Still a bit stiff. So, of course, Steve Coogan, Alan Partridge, probably universe, like, I want to say, for, like, non-British film viewers, I don't know. Stan and Ollie, the Laurel and Hardy film, and also Tropic Thunder. Fucking love Tropic Thunder. That is on my list to do.
Really?
Yes. So yeah, the inspector, played by Steve Coogan, who agrees with the sergeant. Angela's not pleased and decides to take it higher to the chief inspector, played by Bill Nye. Phil from Shaun of the Dead, who tells him that he is making the others look bad. So yeah, they end up moving him to Gloucester, the West Country,
Sanford.
Sanford to be specific.
Sanford.
So, at a murder scene, Angel tells his ex Janine, played by Kate Blanchett. A lot of these bit parts are mostly uncredited, so unless you know, you just won't be able to find out. But once you know, you can't unhear it or unsee it.
Yeah.
So he tells his ex Janine that he's being transferred. Janine and Angel argue about his inability to switch off from his job and his love for a Japanese peace lily. Remember that. There are so much foreshadowing in his films that it's so difficult to point it all out. So Angel travels down to Sanford in Gloucester and arrives at a hotel called the Swan. Remember that? Where he will be staying. Greeted by Joyce, played by Billy Whitelaw, the two of them think of answers for a crossword before he makes his way to his room. Do you want to recite? Fascist.
Actually, it's fascism.
Fascism.
Fascism. Hag.
It's too good. Hag. Wicked old woman. So, making his way into town, he enters a pub where Danny, played by Nick Frost from Shaun of the Dead again, is waiting, and the owners, the Porters, played by Peter White and
Please, Mary.
Point a lager, please, Mary. The Porters, played by Peter White and Julia Deacon, welcome him. Angel is annoyed at the number of underage drinkers present in the pub, ending up throwing them all out, much to the annoyance of the Porters.
You forgot.
When's your birthday?
Now, how the paper lists their ages 55 and actually she's 53.
Free. Yep. When's your birthday? What year?
22nd of February. When's your birthday? Out.
So outside, Danny attempts to drive despite being drunk, almost running Angel over and getting himself arrested. Are you thinking of driving that? No. At the station, they are met by Sergeant Turner, played by Bill Bailey, a British stand-up comedian. Educate yourself, he is amazing. Who isn't pleased with having to process...
My pen's getting low.
So yeah, he isn't pleased with having to process Danny and the underage drinkers. The next day, Angel goes for a run where the locals all joyfully welcome him.
Warren Sergeant.
Thank you. Including Simon Skinner, played by Timothy Dalton. I'm a murderer. I'm a slasher. No, that's it. I'm a slasher. I'm a slasher of prices. Oh, fucking hell. So at the station... me later! At the station, he finds Danny missing, who shows himself as a police officer as well.
Because I am one.
Danny's father, Frank, played by Jim Broadbent, probably best known for what's his face from Harry Potter? Slughorn. Appears and takes Angel into his office where he tells him of how safe and ideal Sanford is. He tells him of Angel's predecessor, who had... What did he have?
Great big bushy beard.
Great big bushy beard.
Come on.
So Frank gives him the tour, meeting the Andes, played by Rafe Spall, who we just saw in Shaun of the Dead very briefly. Considering this is 6 years later, he had a glow up. Like he looks a lot different. For 6 years.
He'd lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, and grew a moustache, as we'll mention later. So yeah, of course, you've got the Andes, Rafe Spall, and Paddy Considine.
I bet you're wondering why that we call them the Andes.
They've called Andrew. They said you were good. And the other PCs, Fisher, played by Kevin Eldon, His little introduction bit with the mind map behind him that's just like
Yeah.
insulted him accidentally is fucking.
Yeah, that I noticed that when I watched it
It's
the
so good.
last time. I was like, hang on a minute.
An older police officer called Walker, played by Carl Johnson. His dog Saxon, and Thatcher, played by Olivia Colman, Oscar winner Olivia Colman, The Crown. That's all I can list off the top of my head. Upstairs is the HQ of the Neighbourhood Watch Association, manned by a gentleman named Tom Weaver, played by Edward Woodward. I'm not kidding. That is his name. Also, the initials for the Neighbourhood Watch Association is NWA, which also means gentleman with attitude. I will not say the word, but you should be familiar with what I mean.
Is it Nick?
It's Nicholas Angel with attitude.
Nicholas with attitude.
Yes. So the team go to lunch at the pub where Danny pushes Angel to share some of his experiences in the field. We also have the moustache. Did Dom want to do it?
You've got a moustache. I know.
I know. And of course,
everyone and their mums is come round here. Like who?
Which is a callback for later. Farmers.
Farmers
mums.
Farmers' mums.
Yeah, because we all sell apples around here, don't we?
Your dad does, Annie. And raspberries.
And raspberries. Oh dear. That evening, Angel attends an NWA meeting where he makes pleasantries with Leslie Tiller, played by Anne Reed, James Reaper, a farmer, remember that, Kenneth Cranham, Reverend Shooter, played by Paul Freeman, and Dr. Hatcher, played by Stuart Wilson. At a speech at a school, the local journalist Tim Messenger, played by Adam Buxton, makes a terrible article on him. Tim Messenger is your typical journalist. If you've watched some of the old reviews, you know that we don't like them very much. They're not very nice people.
And he also tells him to put a child in handcuffs, which may give off the wrong signal.
Yeah. Calls him Sergeant Angle.
So
at the station, Angel receives a call from Mr. Peter Ian Staker. Pistaker? Come on! Which turns out to be a real gentleman played by Stephen Merchant, who tells him his swan has escaped. Of course, foreshadowing from the hotel being called the Swan. In their car, Danny and Angel make assumptions about people who pass by, including Mr. Treacher, who wears a long coat. Can't be cold. Played by Tim Barlow. A suspicious gentleman wearing a bright purple tracksuit because he's fuck ugly. Played by Ben McKay. And a big gentleman, a big stupid bald gentleman named Lurch. He's played by Rory McCann, probably best known as the Hound from Game of Thrones.
The Mountain.
No, he plays the Hound.
What was the Mountain he played?
No, the Mountain is his brother. He's his brother, and then later turns into a zombie in the later seasons, essentially. But the Hound is a good character. I couldn't get into Game of Thrones, but I fucking love the Hound. He is fucking brutal as a character. They soon go to Skinner's supermarket, where Angel is called to the manager's office. Over CCTV, Angel watches as George Merchant, played by Ron Cook, arrives, and the suspicious man from earlier begins to shoplift. Morning. Angel gives chase, cutting through people's back gardens until he eventually catches the man by throwing a spray can at him.
You missed one of the iconic scenes. What's the matter, Danny? They've taken a shortcut before.
Well, yeah, of course. A call back to Shaun of the Dead, where they did the same thing. And Nick Frost genuinely fell for a fence because He genuinely did, because that's why he looks back. It's because Edgar Wright told him to prove that he did the stunt.
It's just so good.
It's just how he just falls
He
straight
doesn't
for
even try and jump. He just
No,
trips.
he trips and just collapses it. Oh dear. So, despite committing a crime, Skinner doesn't decide to press charges, much to Angel's surprise.
But we
I do
also
know
do
English.
know who the fuck ugly one is.
Hmm,
He's Auntie Jackie's sister's brother's boy.
exactly. Auntie Jackie's sister's brother? No, it's Auntie Jackie's cousin's sister's brother's boy, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
Something specific.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's something stupid.
but-
It's a ridiculous line. It's a throwaway line that doesn't matter. There is no Auntie Jackie in this film. So back in their squad car, they watch. Oh no, hang on. No, yep, that is where I am. Back in the car, they catch a vehicle speeding, being driven by Martin Blower, played by David Frelfall, and Eve Draper, played by Lucy Punch. Angel continues to write down everything Martin is saying, which frustrates Martin and impresses Danny.
Stop writing.
Stop writing.
Writing.
So on their way out that evening, Turner gives the two tickets to their show, but he tears them up. However, Frank gives them some others and orders them to go. So, jog on. So after a terrible rendition of Romeo and Juliet, which ends with "Love me, say that you love me." Love me,
Love me, say that you love me.
Yeah, we all know that song.
Don't want to get copyrighted.
Yeah, I mean, hearing our terrible singing voices, there's no way they can think this is the original song. At the after party, Angel mistakes Martin and Eve for lovers, which they deny. Eve has a very fucking horrible laugh. It's like...
Sound like hyena.
I wish I could bash your head open and see what secrets would spill out.
You got that completely wrong.
I know, okay. Go on, you know it then. Ow.
I'm sure if we bash your head in, all sorts of secrets will come tumbling out.
Alright, I wasn't that far off. As the officers leave, they fail to notice a cloaked figure armed with an axe enter the building. Yes, we forgot to mention this is a film about murders. And good God, they are gory, they are graphic.
He also tells Martin Bow to drive safe.
Drive safe. Yeah, which of course foreshadows his fake death, I should say.
No, that was the guy that we done for speeding earlier. Yes.
Oh, God. So yeah, they don't notice a person enter the building armed with an axe. Even Martin... Sorry, go on.
It was dark, so it was a bit hard to see a dark cloaked man,
It was like up an alleyway as well.
Exactly.
Even Martin begins to celebrate before they are axed to death. Now, I must say the axing is off-screen.
Well, partly it is.
Mostly it is. But then we get the fucking aftermath in a minute.
Yeah.
The following day, Angel and the others arrive on the scene of a quote-unquote accident, or as he likes to call it, a collision, where Martin and Eve supposedly lost control and were decapitated by a sign.
The car went off the road there and ended up there.
Exactly. Several of Sanford's citizens pass by, including Skinner, who continues to act suspicious. Now, there's one thing you should do is listen to the music that Skinner's listening to as he drives past every one of the crime scenes. Yeah. It's always related to the type of death that's happened. It's classic. It's just random.
Romeo.
Exactly.
Fire. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know the song. Doesn't matter. So Angel visits the Andes, where he tells them that there were no skid marks.
There he's being childish.
At the scene of the crash.
Shall we?
So Frank interrupts them and tells them they have orders to visit a farm in order to solve a dispute. Yes, the farm. At the farm, they meet Arthur Webley, played by David Bradley, that's the word. Afterlife, Filch from Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter.
What's his face? Game of Thrones. I don't care about Game of Thrones. I'm sorry.
He's also in he's in a Disney show.
Oops.
What? It's on Disney Plus.
Is
I
it?
think it's called like The Stinger or something.
Doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter. We can't remember the name. We're not going to spend half an hour figuring it out.
No.
Sorry, I just had to have a little sip. So yeah, Arthur gives an indistinguishable side to his story. Of course.
What did he say? What did he say?
An edge is an edge. He only cut it down because it was spoiling his view. I suppose.
Yes, I suppose. All right.
So yeah, he gives an indistinguishable side to his story before taking Angel, Danny, and Walker to his shed, where it's filled with guns and a sea mine. Remember the sea mine. Arthur hits it and it begins to tick, causing them to flee the scene, but it doesn't explode. It says,
There's no old junk.
The police take all of Arthur's weapons to the station and go to the pub once more to celebrate. Danny and Angel share what made them become police officers, with Danny sharing his mother had passed away. Oh, do you know? Pub? The two continue to get drunk, with Skinner attending with George Merchant, who is grieving about the deaths. Frank tells Angel to take George home, which they do, taking him home to his large, lavish house.
And they do get a little drunk. Because
They do get a little bit drunk.
And he's drunk.
Ha! Oh, we haven't covered the Lego Batman movie yet. Oh, I meant to look out for them today while I was out. Fuck.
Look out
I'll have
for
to have a
what?
look.
What?
The fucking Lego films.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, we've got to cover the Lego films. How can we
I'm
not?
literally looking at Lego Batman right here. You don't know
One
Lego
day.
Batman's on Netflix.
We don't have a Netflix. Anyway.
Carry on.
So yeah, of course there is the scene where they're like, how much do I owe you? 20 quid. And here's your change. Thank you.
God bless.
God bless you. So, as Angel and Danny leave, the hooded figure enters George's house. Danny invites Angel into his home as George gets attacked, where they continue to drink and watch Point Break and Bad Boys 2.
You ain't seen Bad Boys 2.
Which one do you think I prefer?
No. I mean, which one do you want to watch first? You are pulling my leg.
Anyway, I did warn you guys that he was going to quote most of this fucking film. I don't even need to hint at what the line is. I just need to say what the scene is, and he knows
You did
what it is.
miss one though, where obviously he gets the phone call after Martin and Eve are dead, and he picks up the phone and he goes, "Decaffeinated." It's so fucking stupid, but I love it. Anyway, carry on.
It's what happens when you have a film that's well written and is actually performed well. It's a good comedy. We've covered plenty of shit ones on this channel.
Black Adam.
Yeah, that was funny for a different reason. Please
That's
stop.
funny,
Please,
isn't it?
people, stop watching it. Stop watching that fucking review. Why is it a 400? That's going to go up even more now that I've said that.
Yeah.
It's literally the don't push the red button. Anyway, George's home goes up in a large fireball as the killer organises the scene to look as if he had left the gas on while drunk, trying to have himself a fry-up, which launches George's corpse from the wreckage. He's very crispy.
Yeah, it's always Rick Guerrero.
The next day, the scene is cordoned off, and Tim once more pesters Angel before being taken away by Fisher. My perfect weekend. Tits. Not my first time I've had my top off in this lay-by. Ted.
No, it's he says cock here, don't he?
Oh, yeah, he goes cock. He goes Ted.
Oh,
Cock. Yeah. Walker just says the most random shit, and it's brilliant. So, like, yeah, Angel is ordered to watch over the town's fate while the others enjoy time off. Danny takes him to an air rifle range where Angel wins a cuddly monkey, and Danny shoots Hatcher in the leg, causing him to be taken away. He's a doctor, he can
thank
deal
you,
with it.
Danny.
Thank you, Danny. Timmer interrupts Angel, telling him to meet him in the churchyard as Reverend Shooter calls him up to announce the winner of the raffle. As Angel calls out Simon as the winner, who's apparently in the loo, the killer goes to the top of the tower and pushes a large part of it off, which lands on top of Tim's head. Just pops. Brutal. Gets lodged inside of the hole where his head used to be. His body keeps walking briefly and just collapses.
It's just the way he goes hi and he goes.
Yeah, oh, it's disgusting, but it's
Such so nicely.
It's so memorable. It's such a memorable kill.
Not that we're telling anybody to go into a church roof and push a bit off and land on someone. Just a disclaimer.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that
Come on,
at home,
guys.
kids. Wink, wink.
No, seriously, don't.
Yeah,
burn the church down
wink,
instead.
wink.
No, don't do that. Anyway. Oh, God. Right. Angel tells Frank that he believes that these deaths are murders, so Frank orders his officers into action. Yes, love.
Yes, love.
Angel gets irritated with Danny for being so dismissive of it being possibly a murder, which causes Danny to storm off. Angel realizes that he may know the link and apologizes to Danny, who he recruits to help. The two of them continue to struggle to come up with a link, with Angel not noticing that it's Danny's birthday. We were working.
Where are you off to? Personal errand.
Angel rushes out and visits Leslie Tiller's florist to get Danny a peace lily, noticing she is closing and moving away. Leslie tells him that George Merchant wanted to buy her land in order to build... She says a motorway, but then they're on about turning it into a retail park. I can tell what... They're building something through it.
I think it is a motorway. The retail park was already there.
Yeah. Because then Skinner says that he enjoys the competition of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's not important because nothing... Well, it's kind of important because it links to why these people are getting murdered. But, yes, they are murders, if you didn't guess. By the fact I said someone's killing them. Like, there's a cloaked figure with an axe and push... Yeah, anyway. They're not just happy little accidents. So Angel goes to retrieve his notebook to write this all down as Leslie is stabbed through the throat with a shears by the killer. Absolutely pisses blood out everywhere.
Oh, yeah, it's like the windows grim.
Angel gives chase. Stop! In the name of the law! And just throws his fucking truncheon through the window. So he gives chase as the killer seems to always be getting further away from him. But the killer does cut his leg on some glass. Angel informs the other officers about them all being not about them all being murdered. I don't know why it's changed it to murdered. About them all being murders, which they ought to continue not to believe. Murder.
Was fucking murdered.
Murder. She's a fucking record.
Thank you, Andy. No, it's the bit where he's fucking goes. Well, see, yeah, Leslie Hill was a fucking man, he goes. And Martin Blower, yes. Eve Draper, yes. George Merchant, yes. Tim Messenger, no, actually, really? Of course he fucking was!
Danny! Yeah, the thank yous are them putting money in the swear box, I should say.
What I like, though, is they, put, a hashtag, a $sign, or an @ sign in every swear word, but cunt is just fully spelled out.
It's pointless. It's fucking stupid little details that don't even make sense.
But every other one is slightly censored.
It's brilliant. Frank orders him into his office where Angel accuses Skinner of being the murderer. Taking the whole police service, I did change it from police force because they said they can't call it the force anymore.
Too aggressive.
Exactly. To the supermarket to arrest him, discovering he is Leslie's cousin after giving his reasons to why he suspected him, which proves to be false, including the fact he doesn't have a cut on his leg. I will say it's never clarified who did cut their leg because no one has seen injured on the leg.
Yeah, but it had to be
So-
someone fast. Like that's the thing.
It could be, well, it's not going to be, well, we're sporting it anyway. Because obviously we're reviewing it. It could be anyone, but a lot of the group, they're quite old, so I don't know. I genuinely don't know who it could have been.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We don't find out. No one's ever seen with like a bandage on their leg or limping or anything. Anyway. So, returning to his duties, Angel realizes there are more than likely several killers, as opposed to the one. No luck catching them killers, then?
No luck catching them swans, then.
It's just the one killer, actually. And just the one swan, actually. Which is what makes him go, oh my god. So, of course, Angel is dismissed by Frank still and returns to his hotel room. Oh, Morgan, you're online.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Oh, fucking hell. So he returns to his hotel room where the killer attacks. However, Angel incapacitates him, unmasking him to reveal Lurch, who Angel knocks out with his peace lily. Playtime is over.
Hey, Biggin. Playtime's over.
Pardon me. Skinner radios Lurch, who Angel imitates in order to reveal the meeting location at the castle.
So he goes, is he getting back up?
No.
He goes, no. Good.
There he finds,
Stupid.
at the castle, he finds the NWA having a meeting. Basically, all of these characters I have named are baddies.
Ba, ba, ba.
They're great or good.
They're great or good. Perfect.
Interrupting them and attempting to arrest them all. The NWA give their reasons as to allow them to continue be the village of the year. Now that the competition's coming up, they needed to clean up those they didn't like and who were spoiling the perfect image, such as blowing up the lavish house that didn't fit in with their rustic aesthetic. Leslie Tiller, I can't remember why.
Murdered.
She was fucking murdered.
To move away. They didn't want that.
Oh yeah, because of her floristry skills.
Yeah.
And then obviously you had Martin Blower and Eve Draper, who were just shit. And Tim Messenger was just, yeah. And Tim Messenger was just terrible. He was just a journalist. They could have just fucking done that. Anyway, pardon. Frank intervenes, giving his own reasons for conspiring, telling Angel that his wife killed herself due to the village being corrupted by outsiders. Of course, basically everyone in this film's a bad guy.
Yeah.
The NWA draw weapons as Lurch and Danny apprehend Angel. Angel holds Danny at knife point before being forced to flee. Angel falls through the floor, finding, of course, he said earlier, I'm not jumping into anyone's grave, and he's just fell into a mass grave. Exactly.
Sorry,
Thank you, Lego Batman. Inside, he finds Sergeant Popwell. He finds the underage drinkers, he finds Arthur, he finds the shoplifter, and a human statue, along with the travellers, we have to call them now. We can't call them anymore. Which is stupid.
Well, I mean, we can. It's factually
Well, they call them
correct.
gypsies in the film, so we could just say that.
Gypsy travellers.
Exactly. Lots of dead people who died off screen. Yippee. Angel is eventually found and stabbed by Danny, who loads him into his car. Danny reveals that Angel is alive, having used a ketchup trick from earlier. He stabbed himself in the eye with a ketchup packet underneath. like his hand, and then it was fake, obviously. So he did that again. Danny struggles to believe that the NWA has been committing murders. And Danny tells Angel to leave by taking his car and returning to London, as he calls it.
I know nothing about none Skellingtons.
In a petrol station, Angel is reinvigorated when he sees some DVDs, specifically Bad Boys 2 and
Point Break.
Point Break, that's the one.
And also, a nice thing that I like, when Angel starts chasing the fuck ugly one, and Danny throws one of the DVDs back, it's the fact that Shaun of the Dead's in there as well that I love.
Yeah, Amelia said that she had seen that. She pointed that out.
Have you not seen that before?
No, I have, but she also made the point of pointing out that Shaun of the Dead was on there. Because of course it was. He's obviously going to put his own film on there.
Why not?
So yeah, after seeing the DVDs, he turns around and turns to Sanford. Angel first confronts James Reaper, knocking him and his shotgun-toting mother out. Of course, everyone and their mums is packing round here. Farmers and farmers' mums. There you go, it's a callback. Everything is a callback. Everything in these films are callbacks.
I never got a callback.
Wow, that's real. Angel goes to the station and retrieves some of Arthur's guns. He had a lot of fucking guns. And heading into town on horseback, because he nicked the horse from James.
Yeah.
He recruits some school kids in order to spray paint the NWA CCTV before arriving in a town square. Morning. A shootout ensues between Angel and the villagers, who just pull out guns from fucking everywhere. With Danny eventually joining Angel, knocking a woman out who rides in on a bicycle with akimbo pistols. Just she goes fucking flying.
I love that.
Most are incapacitated, with Joyce, who I thought had died, but I forgot about the lineup at the end where everyone in the shootout survives and gets arrested. Somehow. But Joyce literally has a fucking plant pot, smash her on the head, and she just splats her head on a fucking car. And she's fine. This woman's fine. Like, fucking hell. Like, it's a heavy plant pot. Just... So the Reverend appears and demands a ceasefire, but when Angel denies it, he fires at him, but Danny shoots him back. Oh, fuck off, Grasshopper.
Jesus Christ!
Hatcher appears, but Danny blows a large amount of his foot off, taking him out. Brought you into this world, I'll take you back out. You're a doctor. Deal with it. Yeah, motherfucker. Heading to the pub, of course, they engage in another shootout with the porters, dropping a bear trap onto the man's head before Frank and the others arrive.
Somebody call the police!
He gets a bear trap lodged into his throat, and he's fine.
Yes.
I don't know how so many of them survived. The police are conflicted, but ultimately join Angel and Danny, which causes Frank to escape after he shoots the chandelier down. They arm up and head to Skinner's supermarket, where Lurch attacks Angel as the others deal with the staff. Angel manages to overpower Lurch before joining the others to successfully deal with Skinner's staff. 2 blokes and a fuck ton of cutlery.
What's the situation, Sergeant?
There you go. And obviously, go on.
What was I going to say?
It's the fucking shame.
Yeah. Did you? Where's Lurch? He's in the freezer. Did you tell him to cool off? No, I didn't actually. Shame. There was a bit earlier that you missed out where I distracted him with the cuddly moan. I said playtime's over. And I hit him over with the head over the peace lily.
You're off the fucking chain. It's alright, Andy. It's just bolognese. Oh, it's brilliant. Nothing like a bit of girl-on-girl action. Oh god, this fucking film. Right. So Skinner manages to escape alongside Frank, so Danny and Angel pursue in their own vehicle. Arriving at the model village after almost running the Swan over that Angel and Danny proceed to pick up, Frank wrecks their
Swan!
car. Swan! Skinner takes a child hostage, but he bites Skinner on the hand, which allows Angel to attack him. Eventually, Angel throws Skinner onto a building which incapacitates him, but he wakes up just to slip and fall onto the church steeple, impaling himself through the jaw. But he lives, I must add. I have to. It's important. What does he say?
You ginger fucker!
There you go. So Danny retrieves Frank, who immediately takes him at gunpoint, but Danny disarms him, but is unable to shoot him, shooting his gun up in the air because he loves him so much. Frank escapes into their car, but unfortunately for him, the Swan attacks him, causing him to crash and be arrested. A helicopter arrives, I must say, after he asks the boy his name. What's the boy's name?
Aaron A. Aronson. Sorry?
A helicopter arrives carrying Angel's old colleagues who have been trying to call him on the phone. No. Luke from London called.
Oh, yeah.
Tell him I'll call him back.
Someone from London called for you. Tell him I'll call him back.
So yeah, they offer to bring him home, which he declines. Returning to the station, they process the NWA before Weaver appears and shoots Danny with a fucking blunderbuss. Angel knocks Weaver back on. No, go on.
I never get where he gets the blunderbuss from. I really don't.
It's really fucking random. But Angel knocks Weaver back onto the sea mine, which actually explodes this time, killing Weaver and destroying the station. Angel rushes to Danny, who is mortally wounded by the gunshot. 1 year later, Angel visits a grave, where he is joined by Danny, who of course survived. Amelia was like, God, not another one where he dies.
Yeah, because all they show is the bottom bit, ain't it?
Yeah. Who was there to pay respects to his mother, of course. Danny and Angel jump into action once more as the film comes to a close. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a long one. Like, come on. Like, can you blame?
That long, is it?
It's been a while, I think. It's coming up on an hour.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we started this at 10 past. It's now 5:02.
Fucking hell.
So, of course, we'll go with the best kill, worst kill, because it's a film where people die. The best kill obviously goes to Tim Messenger, as mentioned.
Yeah.
It's absolutely disgusting and brutal, and it's
just
gorgeous.
so funny.
It's
so funny.
Brutal. And that's what we rate it on, is the fucking horribleness. The more disgusting it is, the more likely it is to win.
Yeah.
And the worst kill we agreed on is anyone who was dead in the mass grave.
Yeah,
Arthur, Popwell. These are named there are a couple of named characters that are just killed off and just dumped in there with no fanfare or anything. Yeah, it's a shame, really. I mean, I know that would have extended the film. Shame. I know that would have made the film a lot longer if they showed all these people being individually killed, but come on. It's lazy.
Like, how do they die, though? That's the thing.
Yeah, it's not really specified. Everyone else gets really gory deaths, and these are just, like, dead bodies covered in dust. Very dusty, considering it's only been over a matter of a couple of days.
Yeah, but they are underground there as well, though.
Still.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was, of course, Hot Fuzz. The best film in the Cornetto trilogy. You can't say otherwise. I'm sorry. Yeah. So,
it's just
any extra thoughts you want to get across?
What's your favourite quote out of it all?
All of them.
I can't pick.
I can't pick. They're all so iconic.
Yeah, it's very, very true. To be fair.
Basically, anything that either of the Andys say is the best.
Skip marks. There is being childish.
Exactly. I looked at my watch and I realised I should have been in the pub. Forgot to mention that one.
I was extremely shocked when I looked at my watch.
Classic. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Hot Fuzz. Thank you for listening to us ramble for very much
An hour.
at this point. Pretty much an hour. We will be back
Well,
eventually with The World's End. It's becoming a bit difficult to do fucking reviews at this time. There's just a lot going on. A lot of stuff we've got to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out how we can fucking still do these with work and shit. But we'll be back. You'll get them when they come.
here
Like-
come. Sorry.
Here.
Here.
But we've got this. So we've got one more film in the Cornetto trilogy. We've got some other films we're going to cover at some point. They'll get done, but we can't guarantee when it'll be. Simple as that.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you ever so much for listening. I of
Were
course
you
have, yeah, fuck
fun?
you. No, I'm kidding. I of course have been your
we love
host.
you guys.
If anyone's even listening,
You know, the two people that watch it, we love you.
exactly. That makes it even better because
And the
there's
two
less
that
of you.
normally
That
watch
means
it are me and Purple Midnight 8. So yeah, we love each other.
exactly. What?
But what?
Anyway, I've been your host as ever, Purple Midnight 8, joined once more by Morgan. Do you want to say anything else?
Fuck you.
Nice. You can find all of our social media links in the description. There's plenty of them in the link tree. Shaun of the Dead is also on the channel somewhere if you want to watch that. Not the film, the review, I should say.
Yeah, would you
But in the
rent it
meantime-
out for free?
Exactly. But in the meantime, we'll see you in the next one.
Will you?
Any parting
Will you?
words?
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.
Yeah, boy.